Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, and whenever you may watch this replay. A couple things before we get started. If you've been watching and following me, make sure you give this video a like or a thumbs up, or even comment below. Um, I really want to hear about your journey and how you're doing with your artwork and making time for yourself. That's really important to understand how I can help you along your journey. So, if you have any ideas or any comments in general that can make these lives better, please make sure you comment below. I can't make them better if you don't tell me. So, definitely want to hear from you. Thumbs up or likes always helps and is always appreciated. And if you hang out with me every morning when I go live, um, that is definitely important to me. I really want to hear uh, about you, right? Because this is about your time, setting aside a time for you to create and your mindfulness around that. Um, And good morning, Christina. Christina, you've been hanging out with me from day one, and you don't know how much I appreciate and have come to a little bit rely on you when, checking out the microphones and that kind of thing. So I just personally want to thank you, Christina. You've been amazing. Um, Today, we're going to talk about jelly prints and adding stamps to our jelly prints. And one way to think about stamps on your jelly prints is using those stamps. And we'll talk about a few that I've chosen for this cl- for this 100-day live. It goes in line with my die cuts, if you will, that I've been using and some of the other torn paper stuff. But if you stop and think about how stamps are like a mark on your life and a mark, I was going to use a certain word, a, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the rain and the thunderstorms that are going on right now. This is our rainy season. So you just never know when I have to bolt. But going back to this for a minute, marks on your life could be represented by stamps. And think about that for a minute. So as you go through journey, as you go through your life on your journey, and you come across some experiences that maybe you want to um, represent by stamps. Wow, today's hard. Oof, big thunderstorm. I know you probably didn't hear it, but it's really distracting. Sorry, I'm taking a moment. Breathe. Sorry, I'm letting this thunderstorm finish. 1 second. Okay, trying to find my inner peace here. All right, stamps. Use them as marks to mark your milestones. Use them as textures on your gel plate or your gel prints. In this case, we're going to be using stamps today, and really connect with yourself and what you may be going through. And maybe there's a stamp that represents that. So to me, right now, it's not anxiety. I'm just getting distracted. So I may be looking for stamps today that represents my distraction with thunderstorms and paying attention because I have a whole family that I may have to go wake up and get into a storm shelter. So that may come out, that craziness that's within me right now, and alertness and paying attention. So um and yeah, I was thinking of a story that I was going to say, but I thought maybe not. But in any case, so that's what we're going to work on today. So let's get started because I'm totally distracted. Oh, camera. And the camera. There she is. Okay, sorry. Forgot to turn on the camera this morning. All right, I went ahead and pre-wrapped these jelly prints. Now, these are my roll-off papers. Maybe not this one, but maybe it was a leftover print or something. This one was a roll off. And oh, I just wanted to point out there's like a ghost print on here. I don't know if you can see that. You see that white writing? That's from a ghost print. So it was definitely a roll off, and then I must have used a ghost, I must have printed from it. So it's a combination of a ghost print and a roll off. Maybe it's a cleanup page. I don't know. But anyway, point being, I thought that was interesting. Love that line that goes through there. You know how I like hard lines, not. But in any case, so a couple stamps I'm going to use today in these collages is, art by Marlene. I'm using a lot of her stuff. And so one of them that I have are these stamps here. I really like this chaos one. Might be using that today as a focal point, maybe to mark my distraction. But I really like, and I like this. I like them all. Don't get me wrong, but I really like these two here. And then she has another one. And I thought this was fun. We've been talking about patterns and repeating images and that kind of thing. I thought this one was fun because it gives you a lot of little things. And you've seen this one before and this one. I've used them in a couple of collages, but these are really cute as well. I'm not sure about this one, but it'll work. I like this. It reminds me of the chicken wire. So there's a lot of good stamps in this. And this one is called Exclusive Textures. And this other one was called Love. Love. Okay. So before I put a giant focal point on one of these, I want to put some other things on here, but I am definitely thinking about using this one because I was very chaotic this morning and distracted. But I'm going to put some things on here first, and then we'll get to the stamping. Not sure how that's going to look with putting different types of paper on here and then stamping. I don't know how that's going to look, but we'll figure that out. These definitely will go on here because they can fit in little pages. I mean, little spaces. So, yep, I do too, Christina. I really like those stamps. Let's just see here. I probably will go with more. I'm still listening to the thunderstorm. It just literally rolled in right when this live started. I knew it was coming, but it just really hit. So, oh. Right now it's just a bunch of rain. I'm not hearing any hail. So I'm hearing a lot of thunderstorm. I mean, a lot of thunder boomers and lightning. The other night, we had 2 tornadoes coming into our area. We were in the storm shelter for 45 minutes. And there's not a lot of air in there. And it's late at night. Like we're talking 11 o'clock, midnight. Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough morning the next day for sure. Because sleep is always good. I'm just picking out some pieces of other jelly prints that I may want to use. All right, let's see what these look like. I want to get this one. I don't even know if it's going to take up the whole thing. So I'm just auditioning at this moment. And it's okay if we don't see the whole thing, but I wanted to add some texture behind it. One second. I kind of want to mimic some of this writing, maybe. I have some tissue paper as well. And let's see here. What does this look like? Oh, that's like wild and crazy, but maybe that will work. Okay. I know it will get lost. I think this will get lost right on top of that tissue paper. So that's why I'm trying to leave like minimal, and then maybe we can just use something like this and then go back in. Okay. Now, this one does not tear with the grain, but here we go. I'm fine with that. And let's see here. Okay, Sherry, that did not help you. I don't know if I want that whole thing on here. We'll try with that. And I like the yellow, but I don't think I have any more. I have, oh, wait, did I just find a piece? Oh, I think I did. Oh, it's not a very good piece. It's like, it's just like a little bitty piece. I guess little beggars can't be choosers right now. What happens if we do it this way? Okay, maybe that's what we'll do. And then maybe I will repeat up here. I don't necessarily want it like all stacked in the corners though. I want the yellow to be opposite. Okay, I know that for a fact. I do want this to be near it because it's not much yellow. But I don't know if I want to repeat that. Or do I? I don't know yet. Maybe that'll just be like, it's kind of like, this right here is kind of like, what's the word? Framing it. This is like framing it. And I just don't know if I'm a fan of the frame. Because it's not going to cover it up very much. So it's definitely, to me, going to look like a frame. And I'm just not sure if I like that. I would prefer it to be more randomized. Maybe these guys don't need to be hanging out together. All right, let's try this again. We're going to go with yellow. I'm going to make this edge a little different. Make it more organic. Okay, sure, that did not help. Okay, make this more organic and make this, oh, okay. We're going to have two pieces there because I accidentally tore that. And I like the yellow on this. So maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're doing something like this. Okay, let's just start there. Okay, while we're gluing this down, don't forget Saturday, and I'll be posting soon. Saturday, a few things are going on. And if you really want to spend the day with me, start at 4:30 in the morning because I will always have my live at 4:30 in the morning. And then if you are a founding member in my community calls, in my community, we will have our monthly call at 11 o'clock Central. So bring your gel plate if you have one. It's okay if you don't. Um, and we're going to be doing some gel printing and a couple other fun activities during the community call. So definitely founding members, don't forget about that. And then Saturday night, we're having a collab with Kara Brandon Creations and Paper Crafty Denise. And so um, those two are always a hoot together. Paper Denise has been on our live a couple times, and she is just delightful. And so I'm really excited about uh, tomorrow night. And of course, we'll have Mr. McSparkleton, Mayhem McSparkleton, if you will. Um, I don't know what he's going to throw at us. If you saw the last live, I typically uh, set up the prompts, but I didn't do it last time. And they were trying to play a trick on me. and and to stack the randomizer with all these crazy stuff, and it backfired on them, which I love when someone's trying to pull a trick on me and then they end up getting the trick on themselves. That was like perfect. So, um, that was awesome. Like, that couldn't have gone any better. And so don't forget about that. So if you wanted to spend the day with me, start with me at 4:30 in the morning. Hi, Kimberly. Just saw you. Thank you for joining. We're working with stamps today. I just had to I wanted to lay this paper out. Just a minute. Yes, the member call, Christina, will definitely be recorded, and it will only be um in the community. So you'll have to go in the community if you want to come and hang out, watch the replay of the community call. And greyhounds, love greyhounds. So I hope that that goes well for you. We've had a couple greyhounds in our family. So actual racers, retired racer greyhounds in our family. So they are always good dogs. Love the good dogs. So I love those dogs. They are just really good dogs. Sweet and gentle, but it's fun to hear their stories and if they were racers and that they found new homes. It's not a very good life for them usually as a racer. They're only seen as a racer and not really like a pet or you know, that kind of thing. So, all right. We're going to let that dry for just a minute. We're going to come over here and get this one down and then we'll get our stamping going on. Yes, yes, retired from Florida. Um, oh, sure, be helpful if you can take the lid off. Um, yeah, we had one named Sparkle, and my son was just learning how to talk, and so it was really cute. I remember how he used to say her name and call her. It was just adorable. But if you think of it like a 2 or 3-year-old saying the word sparkle. Okay. We got these down now. All right. So what I've done is while we're kind of waiting for that to dry, could we use different colored inks? Sure, we can. And I'm using archival inks on here. Not sure. For some reason, I have this is like 2 different reds. We got green and we got this blue gray. And I think for this one image that I want to use, I think I want to definitely use the black on here. We have a lot of fine lines on here. And I'm just thinking that if I used a different color, they may not show. Um, Now, if I got my stamp, what's it called? Stamp platform out, we probably could do like 2 different colors of stamps. But I think I'm just going to go with black for today. So, and I'm not using a positioner or a block. We're just going to go in and we are going to embrace the imperfections, right? Because we don't need a perfect stamp image. Okay, this is going to represent the distraction I had this morning when I started this live in the thunderstorms. Yep, that's where we are going to be this morning. Now, if I did not have enough ink on here, it will be faded. Okay, it's blurred, and that's okay. Blur is good. That's probably the chaos that I was feeling. So we can enhance this now. Okay, we can also, if you ever have a stamped image that's blurred, like this one, we can go back with our Posca pens and we can enhance that image. So I'm good with that. Embracing that imperfection. All right, let's cut this one off. And then for this one, I want to use where's that? I wanted to use these. It's like more of a background filler. And maybe looking at these little, maybe this one will go over. Or maybe I'll go like this. Okay. Now, let's see here. What I'm looking at, whatever other ones. Oh, Kimberly. So for the first few layers, I just used my jelly prints. Like, for example, this jelly print here. I just used it for the background of my 4x4 squares. And I pre-did the, wrapped my canvases. So let me just turn that over. So I wrapped my canvases with my jelly print. And then I added, and these are just like a roll off paper that I did. And then I used matte medium to glue it down with. And then this is tissue paper on this one. This was tissue paper and just regular jelly print tears that I have, like scraps of jelly prints. So, all right, Christina or Kim. Yeah, no worries. I have these two I was thinking about, but do you have this one especially I'm going to use, but do you have another one that you think it might be cool to use on here? I know it's going to be hard to say like 2 from the top, 3 down, but if you see any that you think might be cool on this particular one, let me know. We have the scribble one. I kind of like that scribble one as well. We might use that. So I kind of like this one too. You know, I'm liking the darker ones because I think with all the light colors that are on here, the darker ones could definitely really pop. So maybe we'll use those too. You like the little dots? This one here that's on here, Christina? Little circles, or are you thinking these little dots? That's barcodes. Barcodes. Okay, cool. I didn't think about the barcodes. All right. And when you say little dots, Christina, are you talking these little dots? Those little dots. Okay. Got it. All right. We'll use these 3. And this time I will use a stamping block because, we already did the blur thing. I knew when I put it down I was going to blur it. But that's about how I was feeling when that storm came through. Is this going to stay? I just want you to know this block has been well loved. And I think I'm going to add this blue gray in the background, provided it's not dried out. No, it's not. Okay, great. I'm going to like push this one in the back. And make this go. I think I'm going to have it go right there. Oh, I like that. So this is just there's another. Let's put this one over here. We'll make it go more in the center. It's not going to be all of it because I don't have any ink left. There. That's cool. This is what I would call like a filler stamp, where it just feels in the background. So maybe these could represent small little milestones in your life when we're stamping. Maybe something right there. Okay. So we have that. And then let's put like big giant milestones. And maybe we want a different color. I don't know if these will work or not, but we're going to find out. Let's go with the red. Oh, it's really tight. So I'm hoping there's ink on here. These are older. Oh yeah, there's ink. Oh my. Wow. It does not want to come off. Okay, well, I heard that one. It didn't break, but okay. Yeah, it's juicy. So let's put like this one going this way. Ooh, like that. We may have to go back and enhance this jelly print with some more die cuts and stuff. I don't want like... There we go. And I feel like there needs to be a third. So I think I'm going to just go on the edge. Yes, this is an awesome stamp set. I don't know if you saw the beginning, Kimberly. But that stamp set is art by Marlene, and it's called Exclusive Textures. And she's from Studio Light. I think Studio Light may be a German company, but if you can find the stamps in the States, that might be most helpful. All right, let's do the barcodes. And I think let's see if the green works. And pull out some of that green that's in the background. Oh yeah, we got. It may just may blend in just a little bit. And I'm going to overlap this stamp. All right, get it in there. All right, I think that might work. I'm gonna overlap the stamp with like the red. I think it's gonna go right here. Oh, that's good news. That's good news, Kimberly. I use a lot of her stuff. That big stamp that I had that you saw, oh, don't want that there. That's all gonna be in alignment with this. But I want something there for sure. Okay. So when you see me doing this, I'm trying to audition the stamp to see where I want it to go next. I think I'm gonna go here. And maybe I can line it up. Got to get my head in the picture almost. I'm gonna go right across these squares again. I think I'm gonna make a repeating type pattern. And then everything's since everything's going in this direction, I kind of want to turn this just a little bit. And I I think I want to land over here somewhere. And maybe I do not want 3 in a row, but maybe just a little off the edge. And maybe a little off the I keep wanting to put it here, but then I got 3 in a row and I'm not a fan. Okay. And then one other stamp I want to do. Now, when you're jelly printing, you could take some stamps and just a whole sheet of jelly prints and of a jelly print, and then just stamp all over it. Then you can cut out whatever collage you want. All right. I'm liking the scribbles. Okay. So for this one, I've been thinking about this. Definitely going to take the Posca markers to this guy and just kind of enhance a little bit. Not a lot, but I definitely wanted to do this anyway. So I wanted to kind of make that more of a focal point. I really like that circle within the circle. And that was reminding me of the storm that was going on as I started this live. So that's where my head was when I started. I like this part right here. It looks like a flag because the line goes up, and then you have this piece right here that kind of reminds me of a flag just a little bit, like help. Maybe it's a help flag. And yeah, I'm gonna stick with black. I was just gonna try to like enhance that just a little bit. That line. I know I'm going over my time just a little bit today. So thank you for hanging out with me. I'm just following these lines because I'm liking the way they look. Sorry. I forget where my camera is sometimes. Okay, I'm liking those. Yeah. This is like a weird line right here. I don't know what that's about, but we're going to just enhance that. And this line is going to come down to there. I like the yellow in here, so we're just going to enhance that. Where is my brush? I'm going to pull that in and kind of just blend that in. I want that yellow to pop just a little bit. Yeah, I'm repainting my little jelly prints, but I really like that yellow. So I'm just gonna enhance it, as I would call it. I'm gonna put some up in here too. All right, now we got a little bit of a pink. I don't know if I've used this before. Yeah, I have. Okay. Oh, I knew that was going to happen because that's what I do. There we go. Perfect. Get it off of the black line there. That'd be great. Okay. Thinking about that a little bit. I may want to bring in some of that black shading. We can do that. I'm just really liking that circle in the center. Oh. Okay. All right, that's where we are so far. I know it looks like a big giant black circle right here, but that's okay. We can do that. I may play around with it some more. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Go to stop, walk away. I'll come back to it. All right. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, I need to get started for my work day as well. Thanks for adding some creativity to my start of the day. Yes, thank you, Kimberly and Christina. So with that, using stamps as a way to mark your artistic journey or what you may be going through life in your jelly printing collages is what we worked on today. And this morning, it was a little chaotic as I was hearing those thunderstorms rolling in. So that's what that first collage is about, is that distraction, for me, because I was like listening to see if there was any hail or tornado sirens going off, in which case the live was going to be cut really short. So thank you for sticking in there with me, to the end there. Definitely am interested in your comments and how we can make these lives better for you, or how it can make your day better as you go into work, like myself, and how it changes your positivity or your shift your mindset, hopefully for a positive. For those that will be joining me on Saturday, a full day of Sherry on Saturday, I will be here at 4:30 in the morning with the live. And then for the founding members of the community, um we'll have our monthly call. And then for that evening at 9 p.m. Eastern will be the Craft Showdown live on the Craft Showdown channel with Kara Brandon Creations and Paper Crafty, um, Denise and Kara. And it will be definitely a hoot. And so thank you again for watching Ratchet Up Your Art. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.